this attack upon our civil liberties isn't something that just started in 2001 with the World Trade Center tragedy. I'm talking about a program that's centuries old.
Yes, yes.
In fact, it began long before our great-great-grandparents were even born. Repeat this after me, please. Those who control education, control history. Those who control what you learn controls your behavior. That's what is meant, brothers and sisters, by the phrase, your cognitive reality. As a cognitive psychologist, I want to know, what do you believe?
Yes, yes.
Because if I know what you believe, I'll know how you're going to act. And if you've been given a lie to believe, you're going to live a life based on a lie. In September 1996, the American Broadcasting Company, network we call it ABC, aired a documentary on a book entitled Chariots of the Gods. The author of that book's name was Eric von Daniken. Now check this out. Within the documentary, dramatic video footage was shown that revealed that the hieroglyphs, or the Medunetta, found in the pyramids and the temples of ancient Egypt, in this white man's documentary, he revealed that based on the hieroglyphs in Egypt, there was something that resembled a transparent glass tube with a form within it that was shaped like a serpent. Today we call it an element. His research revealed to him that in ancient Kemet, several thousand years ago, this man put it in his book called Chariots of the Gods. Who was he calling the gods? Black people from Africa.
Yes, yes.
And in his book, he lets us know that the ancient Egyptians had already harnessed the power of electricity and already had a light bulb. It's on the walls in Kemet.
Yes, yes, yes.
His book reveals that the ancient Egyptians had also what's called direct current, or a DC battery. Ancient Egyptians. Isn't that deep? Because in 1867, specifically the year 1867, that's the year they did it, the Department of Education made a policy as to what you and your children learn in school, and makes absolutely no effort in maintaining the accuracy of its information. Without maintaining their accuracy, the truth will never be taught. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. I went to an elementary school in U City a couple of weeks ago. And when I stepped into the main hallway there by the main office, there's a glass display case. And they had pyramids in there, paper pyramids, that the children had made. Well, when I saw the pyramids, y'all know it caught my attention. And I stepped up to the glass case to look at the pyramids and notice what I saw. Written on the pyramids by these little first, second, third grade children were, "This is a pyramid. The people stink over there." Oh yeah. I got to live it. This is where people are dead. These are people who didn't accomplish anything. You follow what I'm saying? That's what you call psychopathic racism within education. Now, why tell little children of such a thing? They haven't been to Egypt, and they'll never want to go. Thank you. This is from Africa, where the people stink. So needless to say, I volunteered some time. I want to come in every week. Let me talk to these children. Y'all clapping, but they won't let me come. At least let's put it this way, it hasn't happened yet. I mean it. I mean, listen, as busy as I am, I'm willing to make time to correct that error. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And I encourage any of you, okay, who have the time, let's start volunteering some time to be sure that our children get supplemental education. We ain't trying to change the curriculum. We know what that curriculum is designed to do. But let's go in there and supplement the lie with the truth. Let them see African evidence that demands an African verdict. It should be interesting, brothers and sisters, that even though Eric von Daniken's book, Chariots of the Gods, clearly shows that the first light bulb was made in ancient Egypt. I mean, it was a big light bulb too. Even though he actually shows this, he shows the picture inscribed in stone in his book. You need to understand that government approved, what did I just say? Government approved textbooks still reflect Thomas Edison as the creator of the light bulb. They'll tell you Edison invented the light bulb and don't say anything at all about Eric's discovery. People who have studied electricity, they don't learn about the harnessing of electricity in ancient Egypt. They learn about Thomas Edison. Everybody say this: when your beliefs do not coincide with the facts, you've been misled. Think on that for a moment now. When what you believe does not align itself with fact, you've been misled. And then you need to ask yourself, well, what else was left out of my education? Most of you sitting in here, you were taught that Columbus discovered America. You believed it. I believed it. That's because I was taught from a Eurocentric perspective. But after finding out the truth, and to be honest with you, all you had to do is just think. Because even when they told you that, they told you Columbus ran into some Native Americans. And we just didn't put it together. How you going to discover America, Columbus, and you saw people here when you got here? If people were misled, and we were, it's their own fault for being naive enough to expect the truth from government and politicians. And guess what, y'all? And even religious leaders that have steadily increased their ability to lie to the people. I'm serious, y'all. We're in a day and time now where the lies are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The reason why they're getting bigger is because the powers that be see that people are starting to think. So since people are starting to think the powers that be have to enhance or enlarge their lives. Inaccurate education is deliberate because it is a part of a grand scheme to keep the masses dumb, dependent, and unaware. Look at the person next to you and say, the powers that be do not want you to know the truth. Now, whether y'all like that or not, that's the truth.
Yes.
The powers that be don't want you to know the truth, because if you ever learn the truth, they won't have no more power over you. The conference I was at last week, one of the presenters got up and was talking about you need to tithe. And I sat there, with my arms folded in the back, and I think he could sense my spirit. I didn't disagree with what he said. What I disagreed with is when he went to misuse the Bible to enforce his statement. He started quoting what chapter? Who knows? All right, I see y'all been programmed too. Malachi, the 3rd chapter. Will a man rob God? Yet you've robbed me in tithes and offerings. Therefore you're cursed with a curse, saith the Lord. And I sat there like this. I start biting my finger because I wasn't my lecture. I was sitting in on his. But I had to snag it at the end. And I said, any questions? I said, yeah, I got one question. I said, who was Malachi 2:1 talking to? And he had to turn and see. I said, fine, let's turn. It says, and now, O ye priests, this commandment is for you. And the rest of the book of Malachi is talking to the priest who was misusing the tithe that the people had brought. And needless to say, we didn't sit too well for the rest of the conference. Why? Because I presented forbidden fruit. You hear what I'm saying? To achieve, in fact, Brock Chisholm was the former director of the World Health Organization, United Nations World Health Organization. And this is what he said. Check this out. To achieve a one world government, I'm quoting him, to achieve a one world government, it is necessary to remove from the minds of people their individualism, their loyalty to family traditions, and national identification.
Yes.
Holler this back at me. Freedom comes with knowledge.
Freedom comes with knowledge.
Y'all believe that?
Yes.
We just sang it.
Yes.
The knowledge of the truth will make us free. That's how Africans ought to be. We ain't free because we don't know.
All right.
Bottom line. Real simple, y'all. If that statement is true, then why aren't we free? Because we don't know. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't say we're not indoctrinated. I didn't say that. We are the most indoctrinated people in this nation. We are the most brainwashed people in this nation.
Yes.
We are the most devoted people in this nation to the program that the oppressor has given to us. We're more devoted to it than anybody else. And want to know why we ain't free. A person's hear this, y'all, hear this. A person's dependence ends when they acquire knowledge that those whom they depend on possess. Did that make sense to you? If you depend on somebody else and you don't know what they know, you will will remain dependent